I don't really care about that dude. I'm not thinking about him. The dude was on promo tour. He went around the country screaming my name. You know what I mean? Did me a big favor. Thank you. You know what I mean? People already know who Papoose was before I punched him in his face. So it doesn't really make or break my career.
Sonata Blue, what it do? So I'm minding my business scrolling through YouTube looking at videos of little people cause I love them. Then YouTube randomly recommends me a Vlad TV Papoose interview. So you know what I thought about? I thought about the time where Papoose was working at Popeyes and he forgot to give Fat Joe his biscuit after serving him a 2-piece. So I know what y'all thinking. Y'all thinking like, why would they even fight? Fat Joe and Remy got a brother-sister relationship. He the one that put her on. But some might not know that they had a fallout along the way. Remy Ma wanted to get let out her contract because she felt like she wasn't being promoted. And for whatever reason, they had a back and forth after that.
She got diarrhea out her mouth. All I ever do for this bum chick was take her out the projects and get her Beamers and Benzes, move her to Jersey and put money in her pocket.
So because Fat Joe and Remy Ma got issues and she's married to Papoose, there's hostility in the air. Like if a man got issues with your girl, you automatically in it. You waiting on standby like if somebody wanted smoke with Dyke Booty and May, they gotta know I'm down to die for that cootie, that's my Dyke Booty, hands off. But anywho, so they at the point where they don't know if it's up or not, cause remember, they don't really got problems, it's with his wife. So Fat Joe went to check Papoose temperature. So the story goes, there was a big show in North Carolina. It's a big event where a bunch of rappers were set to perform, and Papoose and Fat Joe was among them rappers. But the problem is, whoever booked the show put all the rappers in the same hotel. Another one of the rappers that was supposed to perform was Cassidy. So Cassidy and Papoose link up, and they chilling in Cass' room. Cass smoking a bunch of Reggie. They drinking Saveca, so they effed up. Cass head hurting from smoking a bunch of Reggie out of cigarillos, and Papoose in his ear rapping about the ABCs. Then there's a knock on the door. Cassidy people open the door. They see Fat Joe and they just let him in because, you know, they not thinking nothing of it. So Fat Joe comes storming in, his chest poked out. He got goons behind him, his neck twitching. He thinking he D-Lo Brown. And he woke up on Papoose and asked, do we have a problem? Papoose was confused and he started saying something under his breath in pig Latin. Then he was like, do you want to make it a problem? Now here's where we get different sides to the story. And I ain't gonna lie, Fat Joe's story was all over the place. It sound like I made it up or something. But tell me, who do y'all believe?
You know, my people, the people that hold me down, the people that be with me, was at the door. They know that I'm cool with Fat Joe. I've been, you know, had a relationship with Fat Joe for years.
Right.
So they knew we didn't have no problem. So when they seen Fat Joe at the door, they just automatically, you know what I'm saying? Just
let him in.
I asked him, I gave him the opportunity to shoot me a fair one, to fight me one-on-one in front of 9 of his bodyguards, and he refused.
Fat Joe walks in, and does he walk over to Papoose and say, you got a problem with me?
Something like that. You know, it was like...
He came to me, he asked me a question, do I have a problem? I responded, do you want to make it a problem? He asked me the same stupid question. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do you have a problem with me? Yeah, 2-piece.
When he said the whole, do you have a problem with me? And he was like, do you got one with me? Or whatever. Did he hit Fat Joe first, and that's why Joey jumped on him? Or did Joey just 2-piece him first and kept it coming?
I wasn't even paying attention. At that point, I excused myself from the room.
I had 4 dudes. He had 4 dudes. They just got their whipped. There's 30 people in the room. Sweets, girls, everybody smoking blunts. Cassidy's there, Papoose there. I walk in with 3 dudes. 3 dudes, I walk up in there. I'm on promo tour. I walk in there with 3 dudes. When I get in there, I don't know when I walk in that door. Papoose got 30 dudes with him. I walk up in there, I ask him, what's poppin', homie? What's good? Do you have a problem with me? I'll tell you the truth, I was hoping he would have said no, and I would have went back upstairs to eat my dinner. So you know what you're saying? He's running around the room, jumping over. You know what they got hotel rooms, Envy, when you're on the road, they got the little kitchen in there? Mm-hmm. He jumps over the wall and traps himself in the corner, right? So I go up in there, I say, yo, Papoose, do we have a problem, homie? He says, well, you want it to be a problem? At that point, he caught what we call the beats, right? His man's jump in the way. His DJ, did he tell you his DJ is in the hospital still? His man jumps in the way. got 2-piece Bloody Mary. His whole face is ripped up, right? His man, he got some real good human shields. His other man, who's his best friend, his lip looked like an 18-wheeler tire when we was done with that boy. When they finally had enough, Papoose never threw a punch. He's crouched down. I felt so sorry for this boy, Miss Jones. I gave him the beats. I was telling him, you better respect me. This is the beats. I felt so sorry for this boy right here. I let him go, and I'm mad that I let him go. I felt sorry for this guy. Papoose, he's like, oh, you know, running out the room. He caught a couple of snuffs on the way out, too. Boom, we walk out the room, so I'm walking out. Papoose says, Joe, can I talk to you, man? Please, can I talk to you, Joe? Please, can I talk to you? Please, please. Please, can I talk to you? I'm like, all right, I come down the hall. Do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? Again, Papoose, this is abuse. If you put me lined up next to Papoose, this is abuse. The fact that anyone in New York City would entertain the fact that Papoose, the dude is on the internet now for getting punched in his face doing a stripper dance on a pole by some other dudes a month ago. Then they beat his man down to death, and he's standing there looking at them beating up his man. This guy here, Fat Joe, Joe Crack, the realest rapper ever rap in history? That's what you're telling me? I spoke to him. I asked him 40 times, Miss Jones, but let me know, do you want to fly? I said, Papoose, there's only 3 of us here, Papoose.
Joey, let me ask you something.
Listen, don't run back. He called me, begged me to come down there to talk to him. And he ain't tell you that he lost his watch.
He did say that.
All right, he told you that.
He
so
said
he's
that.
He's begging me, Joe, can I get my watch back? I don't got your watch, Papoose.
He didn't say that.
He's begging me. I'm telling you the truth.